Trekkie campers of mine. It's your friendly neighborhood Linux Star Trek Trekkie Penguin Bob here, and I got something I want to report to you today that maybe I've not seen a lot of people talk about this, but I honestly believe that the latest Kurtzman Trek has kind of got amnesia. They kind of forget things, apparently. There's an article here I want to talk about that I've not seen a lot of people mention this back in March of this year, where John Billingsley, if you don't know who that is, John Billingsley was the character who played the Denoblian doctor on Star Trek Enterprise, Dr. Phlox. Well, he did that for 4 years in Star Trek. 4 years. Anyway, the article says John Billingsley turned down an audition for Star Trek Strange New Worlds. That's the new series that's coming out, starring Anson Mount as Christopher Pike, which I'm looking really forward to his character. I don't know about the series, of course, because, you know, the latest Trek is kind of crazy out there. So I don't know how good it's going to be or not. But nevertheless, John Billingsley turned down an audition to be in this new show that's coming up. It's going to be set in that same era, well, a little bit later, probably about a good 100 years later than Star Trek Enterprise, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which takes place with Captain Pike on the Enterprise before Kirk took over. Anyway, the article goes on to say, John Billingsley played Dr. Phlox for 4 seasons on Star Trek Enterprise. Though Star Trek Enterprise didn't make it to 7 seasons, getting canceled after only 4 seasons, it's also a show that launched the UPN network. I really love that show. Anyway, it is still well known, especially now, in the age of streaming. Still one of the very old popular shows that are still out there of Trek, before Kurtzman and the crew took over. With the series having been on several streaming channels before moving exclusively to Paramount Plus, Enterprise was able to gain a bigger fan following, me included, and the cast and characters have become even more popular, including the ever-cheerful, wise Dr. Phlox, the Denoblian doctor, who was portrayed by John Billingsley. Now, I really like John Billingsley. He's in numerous sci-fi shows. He was in Stargate, played a guy named Combs, I believe. But he's also, my favorite role of him, though, has got to be in Star Trek Enterprise as Dr. Phlox. I really like Dr. Phlox. Anyway, the article goes on. It says Star Trek Strange New Worlds is the newest series, is the next series in the Star Trek arsenal, which will be debuting this month, actually this Thursday coming up on May 5th. While in production, the series was looking for guest stars and had some character slots to fill. So John Billingsley was asked to audition. Imagine that. For a guest slot. The same actor who'd spent 4 years on a Star Trek show had made Dr. Phlox one of the best doctors on a series that was credited for 97 episodes. Now get this, he was asked to audition for another Star Trek series. Asked to audition, as if he'd never been in Star Trek. What is wrong with current Trek this day? Have they lost their mind? Nope, they're just amnesiac. They've forgotten everything. They've forgotten all the previous Trek before their little adventure. Unsurprisingly, according to an interview with Billingsley gave to TrekNews.net, he said no. Good for you, John Billingsley. Don't take that stuff. They should have known better. You're Dr. Phlox, man, in Trek. And you should have been treated with the respect that Denoblian doctor deserved. You did Trek for 4 years, and they acted like you'd never done it before and expected you to audition like you were somebody new. Did the producers of Star Trek Strange New Worlds not know who John Billingsley was? You would think before an actor was asked to audition, the casting director would catch a glimpse of the actor's resume. Yeah, they would have noticed that he did Enterprise. If so, they would have seen that Billingsley wasn't a struggling thespian, fancy word for actor, just dipping his toe into the franchise stream of series. he has a starring role on a Star Trek series for 4 seasons and has appeared at many Star Trek conventions. Billingsley thinks there is a disconnect between the producers of the new shows and Star Trek Enterprise, and I agree with him. The producers of any of the new current Trek series, I don't think they know what they're doing. I think they are all about one thing, pushing their own little agenda, and not about it being a good story for Trek or catering to the fans. There is one exception. They are bringing in Anson Mount, which was a request from fans back in Discovery Season 2. I'll admit, I was one of the 2 things that I did like about Star Trek Discovery was, first, Doug Jones. He's a good actor, played Saru. But the other thing I really loved about the whole series was not a regular on Discovery. That was Anson Mount as Christopher Pike. I think he brought a good spin to that good character. And I am looking forward to seeing how he does things in the new series Star Trek Strange New Worlds coming out on Thursday. However, my concern is, once again, whether or not Kurtzman Trek and the producers there are going to rather push their agenda rather than just making good Trek series. Anyway, I agree with John Billingsley here. There is a disconnect between the producers. Still, he says right here, it says, "Oh, now here's the thing that got me." This is what Billingsley says. Here's the thing that got me. I was asked to audition for a small supporting part on Strange New Worlds. And I said to my agent, could you just let them know that I was on Star Trek? And I turned it down. Good old John Billingsley. Yes. I think there's a strange disconnect between the folks making the new shows and Enterprise. I think we were seen at the time, fairly or unfairly, to be the red-headed stepchild of the franchise. The show that briefly crippled the franchise. Yeah, when it came out, it didn't have the greatest reviews, although I personally liked it, because it kind of showed how Trek came into being and stuff. And I really like Captain Archer and Trip and Paul and Dr. Phlox especially. Nevertheless, I agree with him here. There's a disconnect. So I'm not sure if there's any great appreciation or even cognizance for the Enterprise cast, with maybe the exception of the Captain, Archer, played by Scott Bakula, as characters to be resurrected. I could be wrong. Let's hope he is. Maybe between now and when this article released, maybe they've come to their senses and we might see Phlox in the new show, but to be honest with you, I doubt it. Since Billingsley turned them down, I don't think they're going to come back and ask him again. Still, it's essentially a slap in the face to ask any Star Trek actor to audition for another Star Trek series. It's no wonder Billingsley turned down the offer. And I don't blame him one bit. So, anyway, Trekkie Penguin fans out there, hope you found this interesting, and I hope you look forward to the new Star Trek series starting this week on Thursday, Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Let's hope it's not pure, utter crap that other Trek has been lately. Let's hope it's actually good and they return to the roots of Star Trek. I really do. I really hope they do that. I want nothing better than a good Star Trek series. Man, I miss good Trek. I really do. Anyway, I hope you, if you found this video interesting, I hope you like and subscribe, and I definitely would be interested in your thoughts and your comments. But please go ahead and feel free to comment down below in this video. Let me know what you think. What your thoughts on what John Billingsley did, what the producers at Current Trek did to him, and maybe even what you think about the state of current Trek and whether or not they really do have amnesia or not. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Live long and prosper.